All right, we're live. I'm gonna go ahead and tweet this real quick and give people time to come into my empty stream. I ain't really done one of these in a minute, man. I just I don't know. It is weird. So what have you guys been playing actually? I'm just
man. Actually, I went back and started playing Hitman again.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, I really like it. Makes you want another Splinter Cell, for sure. You know, kind of has that element of stealth and, you know, espionage to it, and minus the gadgets, I guess. But I'm enjoying it. Like it runs really good too. I'm playing on the Xbox One X, and I was playing it. There's one level I was playing on Marrakesh, and I was in a market and a bunch of NPCs walking around, and there was like, I mean, it was so smooth. There was no like frame rate hiccups or anything like that. It was just so smooth. It was amazing.
Yeah, man, sounds dope.
Yeah,
we played Payday 2 last night with the Multiverse guys, and oh my god, it was so fun. No, we really saw the difference with the X too, because when you load in, it takes you to the screen. It shows everyone else who's loading in with you and how far they progressed. Like me and Fane, we were in there within 5 seconds.
Oh wow!
We were all loaded up, ready to go, and then we were watching Undead slowly chugging along. So we were waiting like 2 minutes, and it was still loading. Like, damn, what's going on? Notice the difference.
Oh yeah, I mean, like the loading times are definitely like much shorter. Like that, I can like I put through The Witcher in there, and it was like so much more faster than it was on the regular Xbox One.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I'm just going through. So like I said, I got this TV now. I went out and got the 4K TV.
Yeah, I have no clue what happened there.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, like it showed that I was on, but it wouldn't show like my mic registering. I don't know, that's weird. So I guess we're gonna go ahead and start this. Sorry for the delay. I was having some technical issues. But thanks for coming. This is the Addict Show, where we talk about the past, present, and future of gaming. Today's topic. Oh, I don't even think I told you, Enrique, did I?
No, that's all right, man. Let me know now.
Today's topic is, it has came out that the PS4 has took victory when it comes to in terms of retail of GameStop. What I want to ask my panel, on this topic is, like, do you guys think that, usually when it comes to Black Friday, GameStop is a huge retailer. We all know this. It's particularly in the gaming industry, it's probably one of the biggest you can get to. But do you guys think when it comes to Black Friday that is like the end all be all, or do you guys think like retail is like Walmart is more effective and would have a bigger stock for say?
It's kind of tricky, honestly, because when it comes to Black Friday, it's not so much about the deal; it's just what's cheapest. If whoever's got the best deal, people are gonna buy from. And I mean, I didn't particularly notice any great deals for PlayStation or Xbox really from GameStop. I didn't see that too much of anything. What was it? I think there was like a $189 deal for like an S, and I think it was about the same thing for like a PlayStation Slim. But I don't remember that being at GameStop. It's off the top of my head.
So when it comes to that, do you think that when it comes to other retailers, do you think that GameStop, where would you put GameStop as like the important milestones that a game company like Nintendo and Microsoft and Sony would like to take that install base, like Walmart, GameStop, Best Buy, Amazon? Do you think where would you put GameStop in that?
I would say Walmart being the largest retailer, and being the largest. At one point, I'm not even sure. I know it was the largest retailer for video games. I mean, I don't know where I would throw GameStop. Maybe GameStop's probably in the top 4, I guess. Retailers.
Yeah, I was thinking about number 3, by like right under Best Buy.
Yeah, I mean, because it's like people are already like apparently 2K at GameStop sold better than the Switch, and I'm like, well, it's a software clearly, so I mean that's.
Yeah.
But it's kind of interesting that the Pro sold more than 2K did, so that doesn't make sense to me. Like when they put up that list, did you guys see that list that they had the
No.
list? It was some weird stuff, but it was like. But I want to know really is, do you think that them winning GameStop has a huge impact of them winning November?
Oh, that's a good question. It's too early to tell. I mean, that's just one retailer, you know. I was kind of
people already running with this and saying they won because they won GameStop.
I think it's a little bit premature. We don't know the numbers. I mean, obviously, I think you're gonna have healthy console sales this holiday season from Black Friday moving forward. I think we can all agree on that. But it's too early. I mean, we don't know. We don't know. How PlayStation did in Best Buy or Xbox did at Best Buy or some of the other retailers. I don't think winning GameStop automatically means that like you won Black Friday. I think it's too early to tell.
I think when it comes down to it, you want Walmart. I think if they came out and said they won Walmart, I would be like, okay, there's a good chance that they won November. Because if you think about it, for every one GameStop, Walmart got the equivalent of like 3 GameStops when it comes to just stock in product. Because because when you walk into GameStop, you have my GameStop had like the consoles on desks in the back. Like you could see them, but you couldn't physically get there. And it was like maybe 20, 30 on every table. You know what I'm saying? When you go to Walmart, they got panels full of consoles, like whole big stock of them, like
pallets.
Pallets of them. So, whoever really wins,
they go through a lot more.
and I feel like when it comes to Black Friday, some gamers might go to GameStop, but I feel like a lot of people are going to go to a retailer like Walmart where they can get multiple things and not just games. So, because when it comes to Black Friday, by the time you would deal with GameStop and get the console you want there, Walmart's already done. Like you got to be there on launch. Like I do feel like Black Friday, I will say this, I feel like Black Friday when it comes to games, GameStop is one. It's not irrelevant, but I don't think it's like that the end all be all that people just use to say they won an entire Black Friday, a whole month.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying.
Not just that, but the thing that I feel like everyone's discounting is online. Every year after year, more and more online sales keep creeping in on retail, which is just making retail more and more irrelevant when it comes to the not pricing, but it's just every year it always comes down to this whole weekend where everything's on sale the whole weekend now, and I think Amazon holds more stock than that, at least that much.
Oh yeah, I agree. Amazon, they definitely. They're the king of these retailer stuff right now. But what I want to say is obviously we saw some, obviously the Switch went off the shelves. I think it's mainly, that they got Switch, so I'm gonna buy it, and not necessarily everyone wants a Switch, if that makes sense. No, Switch is not doomed. I will not go that far.
I went to Best Buy and I saw like a case, like a whole case. I'm joking, by the way.
But if you guys were to go out right now from just hearing this news on PS4 and, with the whole Xbox One X at the beginning of the month, who would you say do you think is actually going to win November now? Because we're coming out the end. In 5 days, we're about to close this little betting pile that like every other podcast got a bet on.
I was gonna say, you gotta be getting a little nervous here.
No, I'm not nervous. I'm not nervous. I'm still giving this to Xbox.
I don't know. I don't like to speculate too much. I mean, I guess if you put a gun in my head, I might give. I don't know. I mean, Nintendo's taking it, but I mean, obviously people are buying deals. Nintendo took it the last 2 NPDs, but this is a time of the year where everyone's looking for deals. Maybe a slight edge to PlayStation.
Slight edge to PlayStation. Do you not think the Xbox One X has enough hold from that initial sales when it launched to carry them to the W at the end of the month? Because I mean, if you look year after year, it's pretty close to both consoles, like all consoles, Xbox, PlayStation.
Yeah.
One might win by 100,000 to 200,000, but there's been very few times in this generation, because I didn't really follow this previous generations, but there's been very few times where one company just G-stomped the other company when it comes to the month that Black Friday's in. So I'm thinking, Xbox One X is clearly selling better than I thought it would. I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be a complete stoke. But do you guys think with that and the S with the 180? Because you guys remember it's the whole month. It's not just Black Friday.
Yeah.
So do you think with that, and I think it's the 189 or 179? What's the S coming out?
189.
189. Is it coming with any games or like?
No.
Well, I saw. Well, that was a UK deal though. Like, see, that was one where I was like, that is the best deal I've ever seen. Because it was a Minecraft, Fallout, and Doom all in one bundle for 1 terabyte Xbox One S. I was like, oh my god.
So when you put that perspective, when you put that, let's say if you guys were to, gun to your head, what do you think the X is going to sell world? No, we'll just say NPD. Just NPD.
I can tell you what it sold. They already announced that.
I mean, the whole month.
Oh, the whole month? Well, they already said that at least this was I think on Thursday. They said it was at 600,000 units just in the U.S.
Well, that's I don't think that's official. I think that's what they're projecting. I know that number. We had Matt Piscatello on. That actually came from Matt. Yeah. We had Matt Piscatello on BRAP a couple weeks ago, and we asked him the same question. And he's like, it's really hard to tell with the X. He's like, conservatively, he's thinking 600,000. But he's like, you never know. It could be more, But he's conservatively looking at 600,000. So but he said it could be more. I mean, he's like, it's just hard to tell right now.
Let's say, for argument's sake, they don't get 6, they get 5, right? And let's say, what would you guys think the S with Black Friday and all the deals? What would you think the S might come out to? Because you got to keep in mind that there's not a whole lot going when it comes to but they did drop Forza and stuff. I don't know how relevant that's going to be to a lot of gamers. They did drop these games. I don't think they really even bundled any of these games either. Did they have a Forza 7 bundle?
I don't remember, honestly.
I'm not sure. You know what? I think they did have.
I think they had Assassin's Creed bundle. I know that much.
I think that might help.
An Xbox One S bundle.
So I mean, if you look at that and you look at the S, if you were to guess, just throw a number out there, what do you think the S might pull at the end of this month? With Black Friday,
the S alone, I don't know, maybe just under 1 million.
So
maybe
and it comes to PlayStation definitely got the bet. So it's subjective, but in my opinion, as of right now, they have the better games for this year. But what would you think that
better exclusives? I would say better exclusives.
Yeah, well, obviously better exclusives. Yeah. But since they haven't dropped one in a couple months, do you think that's going to hurt them coming into the holiday?
No, because I think we're at a point right now. The holiday season, everyone's looking for deals. Everyone's looking for Call of Duty and Star Wars, and they have those two. They don't need exclusives to sell their console right now, because the casual consumer, which makes up 90% of the consumer base in gaming, they're going to go out and buy Call of Duty. They're going to go out and buy Star Wars Battlefront, because those are the games that majority of people are playing right now.
I agree, but if I'm correct, that if some of these bundles have some of these Xbox One S bundles doesn't have Game Pass in it, like a month of Game Pass.
Yeah, by default, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that is significant. That is relevant. Like it's. I was the first person. I said I don't know how I feel about this this service. But if you look at it, they're not playing with this service. They're putting stuff like Metal Gear Solid 5, regardless how you feel about it. They're throwing in their first parties in there. What do you guys feel about that? Do you feel like that might help push the S's? Because it's hard to fight 100 games for a month. And if you do want to continue with the,
but they aren't advertising it though. Like they're not talking about you're getting a.
But you don't think
pass.
you don't think, well, obviously stuff like Walmart. But I mean, it's on the box. Most of these consumers aren't going to at least not.
It doesn't matter if it's on the box. People can't
Dude,
read.
No, people read what's
Like,
on the box, Anchorman.
No,
Let's
people don't
be
read.
real
People
here.
don't read on the box.
They'll say,
read.
"Oh,
No,
that's an
people
Xbox
read
logo."
what's on the
Gotcha.
box. People read what's on the box. You people read what's on the box. Let's be real here. Like
This
just
time of year,
because you don't read what's on the box, don't
no,
mean
wait.
casual
But
don't
this
read
time,
what's on
no,
the
this
box.
time of year, I think people read what the price is.
Yeah, they
They
look at
read.
the price. They
Look at
see
the price,
logo. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. And I'm telling you, so I mean, and this is the time where the masses come out. That 90% that I mentioned, they only care about Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto 5, Madden, NBA 2K18. That's that 90% that's going out and is going to buy consoles. And I really think that having those two Call of Duty and Star Wars Battlefront bundles, I think that
Oh, I agree.
bodes very well for PlayStation. Now, that's not to say that that Assassin's Creed isn't appealing, but I just think that the reason why I'm giving them slightly the edge, is because of those bundles, Star Wars and Call of Duty, and those are the games that I shouldn't call them these casuals, but
Yeah, have you ever noticed like hardcore make casuals seem like really retarded?
we do. That's why we do, and we forget though they're the majority. Like we only make 10% up. 10% of the consumer base in gaming.
When it comes to casuals, I do think that we throw in if you were to ask me, if I were to label like the different kinds of gamer, I think there would be a hardcore gamer, a core gamer, and a casual. And I think we tend to put a lot of core people into the casual, like not even really thinking. Because I feel like if you only play Madden, if you only play 2K, if you only play Call of Duty, and you're putting like 100 days into these games, you are not a casual gamer. You're a core gamer.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that.
Then there's the hardcore group, which is
they play.
And then there's the hardcore guys who they're way too into like every little aspect. Like I got the publicist on dial, I'm ready to go. Like or people following every little thing. I think most of us fall in that category, but.
And I agree. It comes down to it. This year is the first year that people can't deny it. Exclusives matter. There's no denying that the sales for the S plummeted throughout the whole year, because when you are not in the media being talked about your games, or being talked about these games, or not on commercials for the Super Bowl saying only on Xbox all the time, people aren't going to think about your brand as much. And PlayStation had that all year. But so I'm gonna go through and just say it. Eureka, who wins?
Who wins? PlayStation.
Okay. Anchorman, who wins?
Switch. I'll say that much, because if this is a situation where they're not getting that stock out there, they're not gonna be able to take this. I really don't know. I honestly don't know who's going to win.
I think it's so close. I think they're all going to sell.
It could go either way. Like it's literally a triangle, and you're all like all three are on all sets of the triangle, and it's whoever jumps off first.
Honestly, the only thing for the whole month, I mean, PlayStation's been stealthing it the last month, so I really have no idea if they're going to pull it up again. This is the casual base. These are the guys who still don't have a console till now.
Do you guys think? Going up? Talking about the X, and the hype for the X, because casuals, they pick up on what their friends are buying. You bought that. What is that? Do you think that's going to help them push a little bit more S's?
I think the only thing that could help. I think the only thing that could help Xbox take the edge is that initial launch earlier this month.
It just depends on how relevant that is.
If that's out of the picture, I might lean PlayStation. If that didn't happen, it'd be PlayStation. Mm-hmm. I just don't know how well it did in the first part of the month.
Do you think, if you were to place a second, who do you think would play second?
Place second? I don't know. Maybe Switch. Maybe Switch.
I got it.
Because they had the first half of the year, or first half of the month too, where they had stock, they just didn't have a Black Friday.
Mhm.
It's complicated, man. Literally anyone can go anywhere. And for some reason, I think Switch is going to be second or first. I'm still saying Microsoft first, but I'm
gonna make a bold prediction. I'll make a bold prediction, and I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this.
I'm gonna
say this is gonna be a bold prediction, but I'll tell you what. Ouya.
Oh, you didn't say nothing, dude. You cut out.
Ouya.
Oh my God! I thought you said booyah. Jesus.
Nah, Ouya's gonna pull out the win. I have no idea.
So I mean, when it comes to the Switch, they had, they definitely have that. Everyone wants it, but no one can get it. Myself, I've been had an amazing amount of people offer me $300 for my used Switch because they can't get them. So I do think that's going to be really relevant because when people walk into a Walmart or a GameStop and they've been trying to get a Switch, but they're going in there for an X and they see a panel full of Switches, that might get the Switch instead, considering that X isn't on sale. But, when it comes to the Switch,
the Switch wasn't on sale either. So,
well, yeah, the figure of demand is with the Switch. I don't think people have had that problem getting an X really.
It depends.
Yeah, I mean, I still see Scorpios out there.
That's besides the point. But when it comes to it, I do feel like Mario might have helped Nintendo a lot more if it came out in November. I feel like for the most part, those bundles were gone.
Oh, it'll help. It'll help because it was the end of October, so you're gonna still feel the ride.
Oh, they're gonna feel the ride.
Right,
it just depends. It depends on how many of those bundles. Now, if they had, crazy amounts of those Mario bundles at Black Friday, did anyone go out in Black Friday, or did you just sit in your house and click a button on your computer and buy shit?
Well, I just picked up a TV today, so I was out there yesterday.
Did you see Switches?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
What kind of Switch was it?
I remember I was saying Nintendo's doomed, and it's because I saw, at the Best Buy I was at, they had a whole they were locked away in a cage, and they were stacked. It was the most Switches I've ever seen in retail.
Probably the most Switch that anyone's seen besides Nintendo.
Yeah, I mean it was insane, but I saw a mix of the just the regular ones, the ones with the red and blue controllers, and then the ones with the gray. So
was there Mario ones there? Is that the red?
I did not see any Mario one.
That's the full red deal one.
That's my point. I feel like that was the bundle that would have won them this month, and I feel like those
it really wasn't a bundle either.
Well, it wasn't a bundle, but let's be real here. If you put a game with a console,
you're still paying for them separate.
They're still going to consider it a bundle. You trick the casual into thinking that they're getting a deal when really they're not.
Mm-hmm.
But I appreciate everyone that came out. Clearly, I'm biased. I got a bet going on this with our little bend the knee segment on Iron Lords podcast. I'm still going to hold strong.
You and King need a win. King's not doing too hot.
King needs a win.
The ILP bets.
Don't need a win. King needs a win. Well, I appreciate everyone that came out. Jason said that he thinks that PS4 is going to win. It might, man. There's no denying that they have the Call of Duty marketing. They have the Battlefront marketing, especially with Battlefront coming out around the time that the movie comes out. Those are two huge AAA titles, and they have bundles with them. Is it a true bundle, or are you paying for the game bundle?
Hold on, what's this? What bundle?
There's a question.
Is the PlayStation bundles with Battlefront and
Oh no, you're in it. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, you're not paying for the game necessarily. It's in the price.
All right. So
only that's something only Nintendo does.
No, PlayStation's done. Sony's done that a couple times. They have.
It's more. It's
maybe
more
towards the beginning, but
is it more than the console or?
Yeah.
So it's like, what's $299?
I'll tell you right now. Hold on a sec.
A PS4 Slim's $299.
Are we talking about the special edition?
Yeah, is the bundle
logos on the side
$300? That's all I want to know.
I think that one is over $300.
That one's $300.
But yeah, that's a special. Yeah, that's a special edition though.
So what I consider a bundle, a true bundle, is you buy the console and you get the game for free. I consider that a true
that's
bundle.
a real bundle. That's a real bundle because you're bundling in the price of the thing with the console. Like that I consider one, but if it's harder whenever you have like a limited edition, like a special console. Like it's really harder to kind of judge that price because you never know. Sometimes they actually did work on them.
Oh.
Like what was it? What was the one last year? It was the Xbox One S, like the Forza edition, and like made custom sounds and that kind of stuff. Like okay, I could see why that not being exactly the same price. I could get that.
So I got some announcement to make to you guys.
Uh-oh.
I picked up a game, and well, it wasn't technically on sale on Black Friday. They had 2 for 1 at GameStop.
Is it game of the year?
No, what?
Is it the game of the year? 2017.
I bought all the games of the years, but Mario. But I'm gonna be streaming it. It's a PlayStation game. I will say, Kid Smooth ducked this game. What is it?
Bloodborne.
Oh my God, you got it on the first try. So definitely be looking out.
Well, Kid Smooth ducks all hard games, so
look. I will say this: Kid has it in him to beat these games. Kid loses his shit to beat these games way too soon. It's like Bloodborne. That's why I kept trying to tell him in Cuphead. I literally made him get on every night to play Cuphead until it was beat. Dude, the parties were lit. Like one night, dude. I thought he broke his controller, and he didn't even come back to the party. I don't know who he was fighting, but he was fighting someone on the 3rd island. This dude said, "Fuck this shit!" I heard a loud smash, and the Xbox went off.
Oh shit!
And I didn't talk to him till the next day.
Man, I remember when Smooth was raging just playing Watch Dogs. He still hasn't finished Watch Dogs.
But got to give my hat off to him. With the he beat it. So that's whatever. But Bloodborne. When it comes to these games, you got to keep a calm mind. Kid Smooth will sit there and rage for 40, 50 minutes, break something, come back 2 hours later and beat the boss in a couple tries. Because your mind gets that muscle memory, but when it comes to executing that muscle memory, you're too pissed off to do it.
Yeah.
That's what was the same thing with Bloodborne. So I'm gonna be streaming Bloodborne. How hard is this game? Is this hard as Dark Souls?
Yes.
I've been told it's a generic Dark Souls by people who's played it.
I think it's hard.
It's a faster Dark Souls. It's just a faster Dark Souls. It's more focused on dodging and quick trying to get those short combos in. I lost interest like after the first hour. I was gone.
And I will
the Dark Souls games.
I will state that I played Until Dawn. I'm playing it right now.
Nice.
Did you play that, Erika?
No, I have not played Until Dawn. What's funny is I've had it for probably almost a year now, and I haven't even put it in my console, and I need to get to it. Like I'm so backlogged, it's ridiculous.
Dude, look, I have to apologize. Until Dawn is a good game. Like it really
I've heard
is.
great things about it.
When you're playing Until Dawn, like it plays out like a movie. It really does. It's the best. I consider this an episodic game because there are episodes. This game could have easily been split up into episodes. I think there's like 10 in all. I haven't beat it yet, but it could have easily have done that. I was playing it at my friend Evan's house, and his woman beat it. And, she's watching me play it, and she's like, I'm doing something completely different. People that were dead on her playthrough are completely alive on mine. People that were alive on hers are dead on mine. So I think that's cool. Like, I really think that's awesome. There's some scenarios in this game where it encouraged you to be selfish to save people. I've never seen that. You pretty much, is there a way to save everyone? Is there a trophy for that?
I don't think there is, man. I've heard I've actually heard that too, that people who play this game, no one's gonna have like the same like ending or experience, kind of like what you just described.
It's a good game, and I looked up the VG charts. We all know how that goes. Sometimes it's a hit and miss. I feel like it's just an estimate. You should never use that in an argument for any kind of debate, but it's okay to look at that to get a rough ball game of what something sold, if that makes sense. But it said it was up about 2 million. So I mean, it's getting a sequel. Let's put it that way. Until Dawn sold more than Sunset Overdrive.
Oh, come on, man. That's
rude.
That's a travesty. It really is.
But you know,
also, Until Dawn came out 2 years after, or was actually a year and a half after Sunset Overdrive. So later in the console cycle, but still, yeah, Sunset Overdrive got a lot of disrespect.
I do want to say that people in the that's watching this, try it, man. Until Dawn, it looks stupid. Don't listen to people like BG. Okay, BG gets bored of everything, but play Until Dawn because it's a fun game to play. And it's just something that, like, it's not really a scare tactic thing. I thought it was more humorous. Like, there's this chick named Emily that I was obsessed with killing her because she annoyed me. Jesus, and everything I did not kill this chick. And I was literally, they give you these command prompts where you do certain things. I was just not even pressing it when I was her, just to see if she would die.
Wow.
But, I do appreciate everyone that came out. I'm going to be streaming Bloodborne probably tomorrow. I was going to stream it today, but I saw that, PS4 winning Gamestop. He said Until Dawn sold over expectations for Sony. That's good because, I love seeing game developers do something that's not out of the norm. But obviously Until Dawn isn't a new concept. Telltale's been doing it for a while. I don't know who did it before Telltale, but I'm sure there's someone. But I think this company, who made it? Let me look. It is Supermassive Games. They're the first people to actually put a real budget behind one, if that makes sense to you guys. But the game looks great. It looks way better than any Telltale game. I'm really out with there to Anchorman. They need to get rid of that engine. I'm with them now. But I do appreciate you guys coming out. Like we said, everyone on the panel says Microsoft's winning November. But see you guys.
No, I said PlayStation.
No, he didn't say it. We're ending the stream. Bye-bye.